It would be a disaster if you missed this morning's guest. Who is she? You'll find out coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at the 2010 Nonprofit of the Year, as voted on by visitors to allamericancities.com, the American Red Cross. We're focused on the coastal South Carolina chapter, and we're visiting with its Chief Executive Officer, Angela Nicholas. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Greg.
I failed to say we are visiting from the Emergency Operations Center, which is an amazing facility here on Pampas Drive in the heart of Myrtle Beach. It's really incredible.
Right, we're very proud of our new Emergency Operations Center. We just opened it in September.
Right.
And fortunately, we haven't had a major disaster, but we do use it for a training facility.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, next week on the show, we're going to have Art Rorrell and Charlie Thrash. Charlie Thrash, who I know was intimately involved in helping to make this happen, along with a ton of other volunteers.
That's right.
But on a phone call with Art Rorrell, he said, I hope the Emergency Operations Center never has to be used, which is a great point. The idea of praying that a disaster will just never strike, albeit it is such a magnificent facility for training.
Absolutely, and we do use it on a daily basis because we have to be proactive for disaster. We can't wait until it occurs and then try to get prepared. So Red Cross is always prepared.
Yes, yes, and of course the significance of the month of March with the Red Cross, we're celebrating a Red Cross month.
That's right, for many years. In fact, since 1943, President Franklin declared it Red Cross Month. After World War I, there were significant funds raised by the American Red Cross, of course, to support war efforts. Right. And the Red Cross today still supports the military in many ways.
Yes, it is incredible to see. I think that goal back in 1943 during the month of March was to raise $100 million. And President Roosevelt said, my Lord, the opportunity to make that happen. Not only did they go well beyond that, I think it was $146 million raised by the end of June of, so blew by that goal. And obviously, as I saw a great quote in there, Roosevelt called it, quote, the greatest single crusade of mercy in all of history. Clearly a real celebration for what all the Red Cross does day in and day out.
Absolutely, and I think the general public is very aware of the Red Cross humanitarian mission.
Mm-hmm. But there's so much more to it than that, Angela. Share with viewers a little bit about, if they don't know possibly, the significance of what all happens. Of course, the coastal South Carolina chapter serving almost 3,000 square miles. I think when folks try to rack their brain around 3,000 square miles, you've got geographically the largest county in South Carolina, right, the fourth largest county in South Carolina, and Williamsburg must be either the third or the fifth largest. I mean, you've got geographically three huge counties that y'all are serving right out of here.
It is a large territory, and certainly with a small paid staff, so we have to rely heavily on trained volunteers. Right. And it's very important, and we're always recruiting volunteers to help. Mm-hmm. Our mission is not only to help families who lose their homes to fire or other disasters, it could be a hurricane, an earthquake, a tornado, whatever, mm-hmm, but also to provide 24/7 emergency communications for our military families.
Right, yes, critical. Critical. Of course, a lot of folks think of the Red Cross, they think about blood services. That is another function that may not operate out of this building, but is clearly a critical role that the Red Cross provides.
Oh, absolutely, and we have the blood services in the same, covering the same territory that the disaster chapter does as well.
Okay, that's tremendous. Angela, real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area?
I am from Jackson County, North Carolina, which is in southern Appalachia. Grew up there.
And you spent much of your life there, or you came down early on?
Actually, I was sort of a child bride, left home at 16, dropped out of school. Wow. So I like to tell the story only because I like to encourage young people that there's always an opportunity to get back to school, get your education, and do something with your life.
Had a lot of folks in your family been active in education?
No, not really. I'm the first college graduate out of my family.
Really?
And now my oldest son has a master's, so he,
Oh,
you
come
know, we're
on.
carrying on the education. But my family, my parents, of course, grew up during the Depression in the rural area, children of farmers, and didn't really have the opportunity for the education, but they were very gung-ho about their children getting educated. So they knew the value of it, just didn't have the opportunity.
They knew the value of it. They tried to share that with you, and still at age 16, you said, I'm dropping out of school and I'm getting married, I think you said.
Well, it was during the Vietnam War, and you know how these things happen. Young men go off to war and they want to take a bride along with them. But I did realize later on, of course, that education was critical. So I did go back to high school, graduated with honors. I went on to college later as a single mother of two and graduated with honors. So, you know, I'm proud of that. And like I said, I've passed those values on down to my children as well.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever think possibly that staying there in rural Appalachia would be something that after you finished, I think I saw it was at Western Carolina University, magna cum laude, pretty exciting there. Yes. I mean, did you ever think I'm going to continue to make a difference in this region, or what was it that ultimately got you down to the Grand Strand?
Well, I did stay there for some time and was a news journalist, and I enjoyed that very much, certainly, especially the feature writing and editing. When I remarried, then I made a life's change, and when my husband retired, we were looking at a great place to live. And he loves golf, and I love the beach, so it seemed like a good place to come. And Myrtle Beach has been a wonderful place to live.
Yes, absolutely. And even though it is a tremendous place to live, it still shares in disasters. It still shares in fires. Fires clearly don't discriminate on any area. They hit unknowing and unsuspecting folks all the time. And
Absolutely.
I guess that's part of what ultimately got you to the Red Cross. Was it just that, recognizing some of the disasters are around any corner?
Well, I really was searching for more of a mission in life. And when I heard about the Red Cross, of course, we've all heard about the Red Cross, you know, during our lives, but I didn't know that much about it. And the more I learned about it, the more I felt that was a great place to really do something significant with my life, where I could give back.
Right.
And I've been here 6 years now.
Yes.
And it's been a great opportunity.
That's tremendous, Angela. For viewers who may not know about some volunteer opportunities that might be available, is it this physical location, only this physical location within the 3 counties, or are there other opportunities in Georgetown County or Williamsburg County, or even in the PD?
Oh, absolutely. We have a Georgetown Service Center down in Georgetown County that serves Georgetown and Williamsburg. We have volunteers in the 3-county area, many volunteers out in Williamsburg. And also we have another chapter in Florence, which is the PD chapter.
Right.
So we all work together as a region, of course,
yes.
and help each other out as necessary.
What are some of the ways that a viewer could possibly volunteer, whether it's in Red Cross Month, the month of March, or I know obviously the Heroes Campaign, you had a very successful luncheon last Thursday. Ed Piotrowski will be with us tomorrow to help celebrate the Heroes Campaign and so many of the other activities going on, not only during the month of March, but throughout the year. What are some things that a viewer could possibly do to help make a difference with the American Red Cross?
Well, the Heroes Campaign is our largest annual fundraising event, and this year our goal is $140,000. So we did kick it off with the Celebrity Luncheon at Margaritaville, and now we have the Princess Gala coming up for the smaller volunteers
this Saturday,
and donors.
yes.
And people can register their children for that through the end of the day, March 4th. And then we have a couple of other events coming up later in the month. One, a new event that's going to take place out in Lake City and will raise funds for both the Coastal Chapter and the PD Chapter of the Red Cross Heroes, is a gospel concert by C4 Coastal Camp Meeting Choir. And this is a huge gospel choir that is just tremendous, and we're really looking forward to that. And that's March 18th and 19th. Okay, and that is where? That's in, did you say in Lake City? Yes, it's out in Lake City at the Pentecostal Holiness Church there in Lake City. Okay, tremendous. So if a viewer wanted to learn more about that, they could go online to coastalscarc.org or call the
843-477-0020 number?
That's correct.
Okay,
We'll-
great. Or in the PD region, you said there is an office there in Florence.
Yes, they can contact the PD chapter as well. They can go
Okay.
online at the same website and get information from the PD chapter.
Yes, and the website has a ton of great information, Angela. Folks need to take the time to go to, in this instance, coastalscarc.org, because there's links to the Columbia, the regional office. There's links to, as you say, the PD division, and a lot of great
Right.
information about donating, about volunteering, about just general responsibilities, services within the American Red Cross. It's tremendous.
That's right, and of course redcross.org as well is another great source of information about Red Cross in general.
Yes.
And then we have one other activity coming up March 26th, which
Oh.
is our mini golf tournament
Oh, yeah.
here in Myrtle Beach. And of course, again, that's for families.
Okay.
So there are a lot of opportunities for families to get involved with the Red Cross. And we do like to encourage young children to learn more about Red Cross because they grow up to be volunteers.
Right. Yes, very definitely. And the mini golf tournament will be held at, is that at NASCAR Speed Park?
It is.
Okay, great. Wow. Well, the Princess Breakfast for parents who've got a little girl possibly who'd be interested in that this Saturday at Trevina, the Italian kitchen there at the Market Common. I think I saw it was from 8:30 to 11 or 8:30 to noon, and a Princess Parade.
Princess Parade, and then they end up at the theater to watch a movie. And
No.
so it's all right there at the Market Common. It's a fantastic event.
That is tremendous. This is not the first time y'all have done that. Did you do that?
This is our second year.
Okay,
It was a
great.
big success last year, and the little girls had a fantastic time and really learned a lot about the Red Cross and supporting the mission.
And this is something that folks can start at a very early age. Speaking with your either board chair or your former board chair's wife, Laura Hoy, and hearing Laura talk
Right.
about getting involved in the Red Cross at a very early age, or Winston getting involved in the Red Cross at a very early age, and then her getting involved, and their daughter, Catherine, now, probably their sons as well. I mean, it's really become a family activity there.
It has, and they're a great family and great supporters, and that's, you know, that's the way to reach out and really to make sure that we have the resources in the future, is to teach the children and the young adults. And we reach out all the time to Coastal Carolina and Horry Georgetown Tech and use interns, and they're
Yes.
very eager and wonderful about helping us out with our activities.
It is great to be close to a big college here and a big university, and to have the opportunity to reach out to them, as you said. And Horry
It is.
Georgetown
It's a
serving
wonderful
two
resource.
of the main counties within the service area. Is tremendous to be able to tap Horry Georgetown Technical College students. And of course, their Myrtle Beach branch is right here. Their extension is right here next door on either side of you.
That's right, right in our doors.
For viewers who have not visited your facility here, can they come by and check it out to see about ways that they can get involved?
Oh, absolutely. Our address is 3531 Pampas Drive,
Okay,
and we love to give people tours. We
great.
love to tour the new EOC. We have a warehouse where people really get a good idea of what we do.
Yes.
Because, you know, we have cots and blankets and bottled water and all those things that we have to have immediately if we have to send out our emergency response vehicles to help
Right.
firefighters or people who've lost their homes to fire in the middle of the night, to respond to any of those disasters.